Charl, obviously a relatively frustrating day in South Africa, but it must have been pretty fantastic to see Henri get some reward after his impressive bowling as well yesterday.
Yeah, I think in general it's been a tough three days for us. I think as a bowling unit, the first session we probably didn't start well on day one. And then the next day was kind of rewarding. The guys put in the effort, especially Anrich bowled with a lot of heat. And the only problem is just our control. I think it's something that we need to speak about, something we can improve. But being a young bowling attack, it's not an excuse. It's just they've played a few tests together. It's just being able to control the run rate, that type of thing, for longer periods. But I think I was happy with the enthusiasm that the guys showed. I think they were brilliant. You can't fault them.
You're in a pretty tough position, obviously. How do you go about moving forward with the rest of the game?
I think just to bet time. I think we take it hour by hour. I think.
Sorry, that's...
No words at all.
So I think tomorrow it's just the first hour, next hour, and then just try and get runs, bat time, and see where it goes from there. I think if we can bat 2 days, that'd be brilliant.
Right.
Ishan, you spoke about maybe not being consistent enough as a bowling group. So does it start like from yesterday, that is, you bowl about 1 minute or just 2 minutes as a unit? Does that stand out for you as not being good enough?
Yeah, it's definitely a red flag. We always pride ourselves on bowling 18 consecutive balls. And that's kind of one of our KPIs. And we haven't achieved that in this game. And red flag going forward, we need to improve on that.
Sorry, if I could just follow up on that. So as a bowling coach, like, what is it? Is it just bowling partnerships that wasn't happening, or did guys not have their best days out there?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both. I think KG wasn't on song, if I can single him out, and a few of the other guys in periods we didn't bowl well as a unit. Partnerships is important for us to get that consistency going, but it hasn't been there in this game. So it's just a red flag. It's not something I'm worried about, but something we need to address.
I guess is it difficult? A lot's been spoken about the batting over recent times, but then also how talented the bowling unit has been and how good they've been. But is it almost like it's sometimes going to happen that they don't save the day? And is that pressure really hard to be on them, on that bowling attack all the time when the batting hasn't been able to fire as much as you'd like?
I always think it was around the corner that we haven't played on a good cricket wicket. I think this is a good cricket wicket where, especially with the ball, you get reward if you stay patient for longer periods. We've played in a lot of tests where it was more bowler friendly. So I think in this test we were tested, it's never pressure on the bowlers if the batting unit don't fail. If they fail, I always say they're also part of the batting unit. So the bowlers, there's no bowlers versus the batsmen. They're still part of the batting unit as well.
Just following up on that, one of the keys on good batting wickets is striking the balance between being aggressive and using the short ball well, but also hitting areas consistently. You've got guys with weapons who can crank the pace up. How do you sort of guide them through using their bounces at the right time without striking for too much and then pulling their lengths back and hitting the spots consistently? How do you sort of go about guiding them through that?
I think it's a good challenge. Is you need to assess conditions. We always talk about adaptability, and then being able to adapt to the situation. I think sometimes the situation is saying, okay, we need to just get the ball through to the wicketkeeper, bowl a few dot balls, and then use your bumper maybe as a surprise delivery. But most of the time it's on the field. They make that decision. The captain will say, okay, we're going to have to be aggressive, bowl a few short balls, have a short, the field placing, have a few guys catching, that type of thing. So it's more about communication.
You touched on KG and next to more.
you sort of specify what you need more from him and what you need from him and any reasons why you think he might have been going his game today?
I think it's just for KG, he's a wicket taker, so he always takes wickets. He's got that ability to take wickets for us. The challenge always for him is to able to control that. I think Cummins when he started off, he leaked a few runs, but then he got consistent and he was aggressive. And I think that's his challenge going forward, to make him a brilliant bowler. At the moment, he's one of the leading wicket takers in red ball cricket, but going forward, playing on flatter wickets, I think that's going to be the challenge for him.